Hello and welcome. I am Matt Taylor and this is my variety channel. Today I have another board game review for you and I am going to be reviewing the board game Dead of Winter. So my first thoughts about Dead of Winter is it's a kind of a hard game to win, but it's lots of fun if you love the zombie genre like I do. I really love the TV show Walking Dead, and so I really get a kick out of this game. It is a co-op game that has a traitor variant. So what does that mean? So you're going to work together with the other players to try to beat the board, and that is just a really fun element. There's a lot of other kind of co-op games, and this is one of my favorite co-op games. Now, you're going to work together with your teammates, the other players, to try to beat the board. And you could have introduced a traitor element. So if someone gets the traitor card, then they are trying to sabotage the whole game, and that way, so they can win themselves instead of the whole team winning. Also, a neat little element to this game is not only do you have to beat the board as a team, but each of your players, or each of you individually, have your own little challenge that you need to do as well. And sometimes that challenge or that secret that you have to do goes against the group. So you gotta kind of finagle your way in there to successfully create or to successfully achieve your secret or challenge, and also still help the group win the whole board, which gets really interesting when you have a traitor potential to have the traitor, because if someone does kind of a weird move, you might think that they are a traitor, when actuality they're just trying to solve their own secret so they can win as well. Just a really neat combination of things that you can do. It seems, or it's kind of complicated at the very beginning until you get the hang of it, and then once you do, it's really easy to follow. And depending on the challenges that you pick, there's different challenges that you can pick for victory scenarios, which also makes the game playable many times. And so I'm going to bring the camera in a little closer and just show you some of the pieces. I'm not going to do a gameplay with this. There's plenty of gameplay videos out there on how to actually play the game, but I just want to show you some of the artwork and some of the pieces that you'll get to use in this game. It's really fun. I love it, and it's definitely worth taking a look at if you like the zombie genre. All right, bring the camera in a little closer. So here is a little player summary card. It gives you the round summary and the different actions, the player turns phase, the colony phase, the player turn action, different things that you can do on your turn. Pretty neat. Here is the different cards that represent what players you're going to be able to have in the game, and you'll randomly give those out to people. And here's an example of what one of them looks like. Loretta Clay, she's the cook. Awesome, I like her already. And then it gives you your attack, what she needs to attack. She needs to roll a 2 or better to attack. When she's searching things like the gas station or hospital or whatnot, she needs to roll a 4, 5, or 6 to successfully make that action. And then also at the colony, once per round, you may add 2 food tokens to the food supply, which can come in really handy because you really need to keep track of your food and make sure everyone's fed. Otherwise, they could starve. Pretty interesting. Here is the exiled card. And it tells you what happens with that. Here are the crossroad cards. Every time you do an action or a turn, you have to do a crossroad card, and it could be good or bad depending on the card. And like I said, the artwork in this game is absolutely phenomenal. Really cool. Now let's go ahead and look at the main game board, or the main colony, and I'll show you some of those pieces. And then we'll go on to the individual locations. Alright, now I don't have this completely set up exactly like if we were going to play a game. I just have a few pieces out here. Alright, so here we have our game scenario cards. This one is called We Need More Samples. This is a shorter game. And the setup is your morale starts at 6. And the round track starts at 5. Add 3 zombies to all the non-colony locations. And then it gives you the victory, what you need to do to solve this. So that would be your game victory scenario for the game that you play at that time. Pretty neat. Now let me show you what these little zombies look like. These guys are absolutely really cool. There's a male and a female version. A couple different varieties. Really cool looking. And these will go in these little spots right here. And eventually they will keep filling these up unless you kill them or barricade, things of that nature. And then there's a player character for each one of the cards. Again, really cool artwork. And each one of these players will have a card associated with it and tell you what their capabilities are. Here's what the dice look like. So if you're going to attack a zombie, you would roll 3, and if, depending on your attack, here, let's say if that was her card, her attack is a 2+, and she would do a successful hit. And then what you do is you would also roll your exposure dice with it, just to see if you got bit by the zombie in process or something like that. So it's kind of neat, and I'll show you what the exposure dice looks like. Again, it's a really cool looking dice. This is what the exposure dice, so your attack, you go like this. So she rolled this. That's a terrible roll because that means she got bit and she's dead. Other one of these is just a wound, and you'll have to heal the wound, otherwise you'll die. Frostbite exposure, and then if it's blank like this, that means nothing happened. So pretty interesting. And then you have this the knife, which is the first player. Whoever goes first, this changes from hand to hand. Pretty cool. So really neat little area. And then over in this area, you'll have colony occupants in here. And there'll be random people that are in there too. And that designates your colony, total colony, and how many mouths you have to feed. Over here in the corner is your food supply. You'll put food in there to try to feed people. Here's your morale. So you have your little morale token. That will go down. As certain things happen, this will move down. And once you get to 0, you lose the game. Pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and look at some of these, the locations that you can go to. So first of all, on one of your turns, you can move to anywhere you want. So if she wants to move, let's say over here, she wants to move to the police station, and I'll show you what that looks like. Then she has to roll this exposure dice. Oh, on her way to the station, she gets bit by a zombie and she's dead. That kind of stinks. So pretty neat. This girl is pretty cool looking. The artwork is absolutely phenomenal. So these are the location cards. And why would you want to have, and they'll have some zombies there. And why would this player want to go to, let's say, the police station? Because up here it tells you what you can find. You can find weapons, you can find fuel, you can find stuff that you can fix things with, you can find food, and you might find other people there. And so these are the cards. So what she would do is she would use one of her actions to search. Let's say this was her card, and she needs a 3. She got a 3, she was successful, she picks this up. Oh, she found junk. And what does this junk do if she plays the card? Re-roll an unused action die you control. That's pretty cool. So even the junk does something cool. So there's a lot of helpful things there. That's why she might go to the police station. There's other things. There's gas station, hospital, grocery store, school, and the library. So each one of those you'll have a potential to find something neat there. And then so just a combination of fighting zombies, going around and searching for things, and trying to do trying to meet your victory conditions. For example, that one that we showed earlier, we need more samples. This one says for the victory, every time a zombie is killed, roll a die. If the die roll result is a 4 or higher, add a zombie token to this objective. That means you got a successful sample from the zombie. And this says you need 4 per player. So if we started with 3 players, then we would need 12 samples. And then once we got our 12 samples, as long as we were alive at the end of the game, we would win. So pretty neat. Just like I said, really cool game. You got to work together to not only beat the game as a team, but you have to do your own individual scenario, which is really neat. That's what the secret card is. So this is actually the betrayal. So if you get this card, that means you're going to be the traitor, and you're going to betray people. And so you have to follow these things on here in order to meet that part of your game. So just really, really cool, neat game. It's kind of complicated, it seems like at first, but once you get going, it's not that hard to get the hang of it. And like I said, so many cool, neat pieces, and the artwork is phenomenal. Great game. All right, there you have it. A look at the cooperative game, Dead of Winter. If you like zombies and the zombie genre, and you like cooperative games, this game is definitely one that you'll want to play. It's such a fun game. It's rich with theme and a lot of cool different elements and strategy elements and working together to defeat the game. So really, really neat. I highly recommend it if you, like I said, like cooperative games and like the zombie genre. So there you go. I'll put a link down below where you can pick this game up if you like on Amazon, or you can find it probably at a local board game shop or like Walmart, Target. Some of those might have it, but definitely if it's a true gaming or board game store, they should have this game. But again, it's also on Amazon. I'm Matt Taylor. Thank you for tuning into my variety channel. Until next time, happy gaming, everyone. Take care.